last year, petty.
Okay.
We can get past that, but what I cannot get past is you saying that you wish me dead.
What? You what?
Because of this source, I said to her, I don't believe you. She goes, I'll call her on speakerphone. Excuse me?
Excuse me?
And I,
And said, that bitch. Lisa, I would never say that. Wait a minute. You want a minute? It did not happen.
Yo, it's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. And today we're going to talk about the conclusion of the Real Housewives of Dubai. Reunion part 2, right? So I got my notes here, and this is really disheartening to see a lot of commotion. But I'm gonna go ahead and start, you know.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the bad best.
The girls basically stop and segue for a intermission, and you know, Brooks and Talene were on stage talking about, you know, this is going on. You're talking about me on social media. Like I said before, the girls were active on social media, going up, crazy, right? So Brooks and Talene, they went backstage and she was like, you know, I'm happy that, you know, we made amends and, you know, everything is pretty good. And Talene was just like, okay, did we though? And she was like, yeah, you know, everything is good. She was like, oh, okay, because I didn't think so, because you have been saying a lot of damaging and hurtful things online. And I think one thing about Brooks is Brooks is a little bit like Ayan, where she escapes accountability and she does not want to just say, you know what, you're right, I'm wrong. And they get into this back and forth about, oh, you said that you brought me on the show and you did this and I begged to be on the show. And Talene, one thing you have to realize is the fact that if it wasn't really for Brooks, because that's the only person you quote unquote knew, girl, you probably wouldn't be on the show. So that's just a fact of the matter. With Brooks, is just like, at the end of the day, you're like, girl, you do be over here dragging the girls. You do. Brooks be dragging the girls. And she knows she messy. She know it. They come back on stage after the intermission and they talk about the whole spa situation and how Brooks was upset with Lisa. And like I said, Lisa and Brooks have been throwing jabs with each other all season long. So that's why I feel like season 3, I don't know. Mind you, I don't know if they're going to get a season 3. I hope they do. But I don't know if they're going to be as tight as we think they are. This is a temporary alliance, I see, right? But Brooks is just like, yeah, you know, I was upset because it was another brand. She could have talked to me. I feel like what Brooks should have said was, you know what? I feel like I'm friendly with Lisa. I feel like we're really cool. We're friends. So I don't know why she wouldn't have reached out to me, and I would have provided the services for free, you know? And I was like, okay, cool. That makes sense. Like, you know, you would want to, you know, it's like a dual purpose. You use my services. I use you. Everything is cool. But, you know, she went to an outsourcer, and, you know, it was what it was. Like, she had her brand all over, and she was just trying to figure out why Brooks was so mad. That was it. You know, Lisa and Stanberry, they're over here clashing about, you know, my whole thing with Lisa is the fact that there's no reason for you to be upset with Stanberry, period. There's no reason that you should be upset with Stanberry, because Ayan was really the root. And if you want to go a step further, Brooks was the root crew. But Ayan really wanted to be friends with Stanberry, which is perfectly fine. She can be, that's a grown-ass woman. But for me, I feel like Ayan sacrificed her friendship with Lisa for Stanberry. That's what I personally feel. I feel like Ayan was just like, you know what, I really want to be friends with Stanberry. And you can see it even at the reunion. But I just felt like the girls really were just trying to do their big one, which is perfectly fine. But I'm just like, yeah, the girls try to do their big one, right? So Lisa comes out with this whole notebook journal thing, and she was like, here's 2 notebooks. Like, you talking about I Steal Designs, and you know, you came from my business all last year. Well, look, you're over here stealing the journal, you're doing this. And Stanberry's like,
Girl, I mean, I never said that. I wrote it. Like,
But you put your name on something that you did not even write. I didn't say I wrote it.
But I mean, it is one of those things where, like, it is plagiarism. But maybe she bought the material from another person and they licensed it to her. Like, you know how sometimes you get like little coloring books that's like the same designs. It could be something like that. I really don't know too much about that business line. However, it did flop, Lisa. I ain't gonna hold you. You're my girl, but it did flop. I'm just like, okay, this really didn't prove anything. It just proved that you're pressed over Stanberry in that regard.
Plagiarism. Wait, how do you say plagiarism? Wait, I support you. One second. Plagiarism.
All right, and Stanberry's like,
Your creams are from Alibaba. Your creams are from Alibaba.
and like Lisa put up receipts like, girl, they're from Belgium. Like, sweetie, stop. Right? So, we then transport over to Stanberry's segment, and she's talking about, you know, we have a house. It took us a year and a half to build. And then they get on the fact of Sergio having a job. And we're trying to figure out, like, what does Sergio do? And she's like, of course Sergio has a job. Of course he has a job. I would never be with a man without a job. They're like, what does Sergio do? They're like, well, we're building a 15-room hotel.
We're is current. We're building. That means currently. Not we did or we're going. Okay.
So that means Sergio now has a job. You see where I'm going with this? My whole question, if I was Andy, I feel like he needs to ask secondary and probing questions. Okay, you said that we're building a 15-room hotel. Well, what did Sergio do beforehand? Sergio looked like a soccer player. It looked like his body type. He could play soccer. But in the mission of that, what did Sergio do? Because you're saying that y'all are building a 15-room hotel. Cool, that's fine. But what did he do before that?
Nothing.
Okay, it's giving sugar baby. It's giving sugar baby. Yeah. So this should talk about having a baby. You know, surrogacy is legal in Dubai now, so they're trying to figure out, oh, well, we might have a baby, we might have this, we might have that. And I'm just like, Stanberg, you don't want to have no fucking child. I already said this before in my review. It's like, don't force yourself to have something that you don't want with the man just to make sure he's happy, or y'all relationship is going to survive. And Stanberg is saying, well, you know, the relationship is going to last like 10 to 15 years. She said that she was joking and Sergio got mad about it, but realistically, age is a factor in most relationships. Now, don't get me wrong, my mom is married to someone that's 17 years her junior, and there was a lot of stuff that we had to get through with that, right? Just because as her son, I'm very protective of my mom. Like, I go up for my mom, down. Okay, I don't play about that woman, none. But at some point, as a grown-ass man that I am, and back when I was when I first started college back in 2012, you know, I was just like, you know what, Ma, whatever happens, you do you, girl. I love you. You know, I knew of him for like a couple years, so I was just like, cool. I know this guy. Everything's cool. No, not a problem. You don't want to have a child. Me and my mom, we talked about this. She don't want to have no more kids at all. So you're gonna go through surrogacy, right? And part of the problem about having another child is the physical labor of it, right? But then it's everything after that you don't want to have to deal with, right? Changing diapers, going to school, pre-K, lines to pick up, all these things, kids throwing up, terrible twos, all these different things that I feel like if you want to have kids when you're younger, it makes sense. But someone that experienced kids, but if you never had kids, I get it. You know, you want to have kids. I ain't trying to judge, but I get where Stanberg is coming from. Like, you know, she even said in the episodes earlier, like, you know, if we did have a baby, this would be his child. I already did it, you know. So we get on a whole Akeem thing with Sarah, because, you know, Sarah had been quiet this whole time, you know, whatever. So she's like, you know, me and Akeem, he is very, you know, sexy. Yeah, but she was like, he cheated, and she was like, that's why we dissolved our relationship. He cheated. And they're like, okay, how did he cheat if y'all weren't in a relationship? Y'all were just dating. They're like, well, you know, we weren't exclusive, but we're exclusive. You're in a situationship, Sarah. Just, like, my whole thing is like, just say the shit plain. Just say it plain to me. Y'all were in a situationship. You wanted him to be exclusive to you because you felt like y'all relationship was exclusive. You wanted exclusive benefits of a relationship, but you weren't exclusive with him. Or he wasn't exclusive with you. So with Ayan and Lisa, because they keep going up, they going to war with each other. And Andy's asking, like, okay, so what really is, like, what is it really this that made y'all fall out? And they're like, yes, this is the reason why we fell out, Andy. And he was like, there gotta be something else. What led up to it? So Lisa's like, well, you know, there's something about Rihanna. I knew Ayan and Rihanna are cool. They follow each other on, you know, online. So I asked Ayan, can you, you know, talk to your girl Rihanna and help her get into Mina Road because she's pregnant? And in this regard, I totally understand why, why Chanel was very hesitant and probably felt a way about it, because it's like one of those things where it's like you have a friend that's like your best friend for a long time, but they become popping and people like them and they get connections, right? You know, my whole thing is like, Lisa, I felt like you shouldn't have got upset about Ayan wanting to give you a handout, because that's really what it was. Giving you a connection is a handout. So you got upset about her not trying to give you a handout, which I don't personally think you should have got upset about it. It's like, it should have been a throwaway comment. It was what it was. And I just felt with Ayan, you should have had took it that deep, because yes, she asked you, but it's just like, if it wasn't that, like, you should be like, hey girl, you know, Rihanna, she's really exclusive. You know, maybe you could reach out to her on your own. I just don't want to really mess up our, you know, friendship that we have, like budding friendship that we have going on. You could have easily said it like that, but I feel like with this friendship, y'all both harbored so much inside and didn't say anything. You swept it under the rug and swept it under the rug. Small shit that built and built and built on top of each other like a brick wall. I won't say wall. You built it on top of each other, and then when it crumbles down, you're throwing bricks at each other. Like, this is what you did. This is what you did. And I just feel like those are the things where it's just like, these are signs that you have to watch early in friendships. So to get on the whole voice note thing, and they're like, Lisa knew about the voice note. Sarah said Lisa knew about the voice note. Stanberry said Lisa knew about the voice note. The producer said Lisa knew about the voice notes. So Lisa, you did know about the voice notes. Cool. I think the problem comes in for me is the fact that people are missing the point. Ayan told Lisa about the voice notes walking to the event, right? Ayan told Stanberry not to bring it up. Stanberry still was going to bring it up. Talene said that nobody knew that it was from Lisa, right? Lisa knew that something was going to get brought up at the dinner. Lisa didn't know it was her voice notes. Nobody else knew it was her voice notes. So that's why all parties got upset. So Ayan, you're saying that Lisa knew. Yes, Lisa knew that Stanberry knew. But the thing about it is Stanberry threw all y'all under the bus. And then that's what I'm trying to say beforehand. Like, Ayan, you got viscerally upset with Stanberry because you told her not to bring it up, but she still brought it up on her own regard. So not only did she disrespect you, you disrespect Lisa. And y'all both apologize. It was what it was. Both of y'all were wrong in the situation, which I'm happy that, you know, we finally got to some commonality. Like, Lisa's saying, like, look, I'm not innocent in the situation. I shouldn't have shared it either, but I did. And I think that's where it really coming from, where there's two parties. It takes two to tango, right? I wish Andy would have asked Ayan. So Ayan, why did you cuss out Lisa when she felt, you know, betrayed by you? So we get on the whole fallout. My whole thing is this, like, you know, all the girls start talking about how Lisa, Ayan acts different with Lisa, right?
Golf trip, you told Ayan that she acts differently when Lisa isn't around.
She's a different person when she's not there. She's more...
And with Lisa, those are certain things that you probably not going to see, right? Because if you're not present, then you don't know how she behaves when you're not there. But I feel like those are real red flags that friendship should not be what it is. If you have to, and to be honest, it's not even a Lisa thing. If you have to dim yourself down for another person, or if you feel like you can't be your authentic self with someone, then that is something that makes you feel like you're not comfortable with that person. So they should really reassess their friendship, because I'm happy that this actually happened, because the friendship that they had before seemed toxic as fuck. If everybody's saying, well, Lisa, she's always asking you, how's your family, how's your this, how you that, but you never asking her, then that's a problem. And I feel like I'm happy that this happened, because it showed that there was a lot of negativity in their friendship that they just weren't talking about, right? So Andy tells them, you know, like, why did this happen? What's really going on? And she's talking about, it's about the bragging thing.
I never said that you were bragging, and the only person that has a problem with anybody having anything in this group is your friend. I did not say that. I promise you.
Ayan's upset that Lisa started mess at her event. Everybody's saying, well, Lisa started a mess at her event. My whole thing is this. I could have sworn that Lisa was talking to Sergio and her husband, minded her fucking business. Ayan, you came up and said, can I talk to you? Lisa said no. Or she just shrugged you off and gave you to Oprah. So then you got upset about, oh, Lisa don't want to talk to me. So when Lisa finally came over, you talked about
telling me they feel that when I'm with you, I'm different from when I'm with them. I thought we agreed that we weren't going to talk about this. I can't discuss with anybody because I'm always afraid of what you feel.
Oh, everybody's saying that I act different around you. Girl, you started the mess at your own party, but then you want to flip it to my son was there, my son was this. You're a grown-ass woman to take responsibility of your own actions. Lisa in-laws were there, she was acting a plum-ass fool too. So you want to blame this whole situation, my son was there, like, girl, you're a grown-ass woman. Take responsibility of your actions, right? And that's one thing Ayan cannot do, is take responsibility of what she has done.
I want him to come to the party so we can have fun. If any one of you has an issue with me, please tell me not to invite my son.
And Angie's like, how can we mend this? How can we mend this at the end? And Lisa's just telling him, like, you know what? I'm gonna bleep it out, but she was just like, you know, Ayan, she basically said that she wished me. I said, what? Baby, I don't know what I expected Ayan to say, and Brooks to drop the bomb, but that gagged me.
You saying that you wish me dead and my body in a casket? What are you talking about?
Say that.
What are you talking about?
And then Brooks is like, well, you know, because they're like, oh, Brooks told me. And they're like, oh, she's lying, right? So Brooks is like, oh no, she's like, Ayan, I had you on speakerphone. Everybody's gagged. And then they're like, oh, shame on you, Brooks. Shame on you, Brooks. And I'm looking like, no, bitch, ain't no shame on her. Because like she said, the reason why I did this shit is because if I didn't, y'all would say I'm a lying ass bitch.
You said it to her, and I didn't. But listen, Tali, this is the wrong. Call her on speakerphone.
A few minutes later.
That's not nice. Listen, phone.
Shame on you. Nothing but we're setting them up.
They were ready to say she was lying as bitch. Even Lisa was like, girl, I know this bitch is lying. But when she had on speakerphone, and she was like, girl, I heard it with my own ears. It's a rap, Ayan. You said it. I'm sorry, girl. So at that point, Lisa gets up, she walks off, you know, she does all this theatrics, and you know, that's something hard to come back from. But you know, like I said, they both have been throwing slugs at each other, and the reunion ends with them giving each other shady ass gifts.
You don't want to read the card?
What is this? I can read the
There's
card.
a card.
If you don't
You want to read the card first?
Not really. Bada bing, bada boom.
Okay, so
But this was a lot. Season 3 is going to be hectic, and I would say all the ladies pulled their weight on this reunion, right? Definitely the MVPs for me was Lisa and Ayan. The person that I think is in the last chair, the 6th chair, unfortunately, Sarah, it has to be you. And if Saba doesn't come back, you need to go, because you didn't do enough. Sorry, Sarah. But y'all, let me know what you guys think about this reunion. Put down in the comments what you guys think. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. I'm so excited. Thank you guys for all the love and, you know, the support. My birthday's coming up, and you know, it's Virgo season. We about to have a time. So, but y'all, I'm about to go to the gym. I see you guys in the next video. Peace. Salt Lake City's coming up.
Brian Keith, LG, Black Butte. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let a God stop a y'all and break your head here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. It tastes sweet, that's cause I'm good. It tastes sour cause I'm better than the hood. Cause I get you hyper when I'm running all around, cause I excite ya. Let me talk real quick. You can't even get with the shit. You wanna go toe to toe with my flow? The sour candy all I really asking for. Now I got to go. Got. Bye-bye.